One shall stand, and one shall fall.
Yeah. New kids on the block. We here and making it pop. Don't care if you like it or not. The spot we want is the top. The head nerds in charge and our full C to making things happen. If you think you heard what you thought you heard, go ahead and play that thing back. Coming out them speakers in the car in the man cave. The mother bus is about to be knocked off the airwaves. So be very afraid. Better check your gameplay. Sitting on all that and finna take away your fan base. The stage is set. Better put respect up on our name. What you get right now, you get it later. A consistent game, a steady dosage. Once you started, you can't get enough. The people's chant ain't a topic we ain't finna touch. So bring your A game, cause the boys behind the mic finna do the same thing. One time for the one time, let it off like bang bang. We aiming to be the greatest. We accepting any challenge. With a snap of the finger, bringing balance. Let's make it happen. You tuned in to the place to be. You tuned in to HNIC. Head nerds in charge. You tuned in to the place to be. You tuned in to HNIC.
Forget about the way it used to be. This is not a damn democracy. We are in a state of emergency, and my word is law. There's only one boss in this place, and that's me. The HNIC.
Ladies Night. Oh,
hey.
So obviously we're not used to this. I'm used to having better cues from somebody named Don, who's not here right now, unfortunately. So yeah. I blame Kurt. But anyway, since you're here, hey everybody, it's Yokai Sassy and the rest of the HNIC here to see you on this Wednesday evening. And so to the left of me, I got.
Hey guys, it's your my fifth favorite short person.
Why do you keep going down?
I don't know.
What is going on?
People. I'm nobody's favorite.
You are our favorite.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're number one favorite short person.
I'm your favorite short person of HNIC.
Yeah, favorite. Period.
Yay.
Period. What? I gotta say, this is a lady show. Somebody gotta say period poo at least once.
At least several times, I'm guessing.
Yep. We'll see. We'll
Yes.
count. Somebody keep count.
Yes.
Yeah, guys.
How many period poos? Anyway.
I like this. Period poos.
Y'all are straight children.
It's your favorite short person at HNIC. Luna sitting here. Hey.
Hey. And this is Foxy Roxy cosplay.
Oh, because you gotta be sexy.
You gotta be sexy with it. I wish I could have a camera just kind of zoom in a little bit. Hey.
Listen, you asking a lot of Kurt
Oh,
right now.
Don't even try and work your camera magic, Kurt. Whole camera gonna be off. We gonna be black. No, don't do it. Spinning on the ones and twos. No, I ain't spinning. And to the best left of me is.
What's up, guys? Taffy wanted to hear your wonderful melanated mocha-fied mermaid. Ladies Night.
Ladies Night.
Where's
the hype on?
That's
where's our hype button?
yeah, because Kurt took it. He didn't want us to get hype in the house.
You know what?
Man, let me go straight to it.
We're not allowed to
Give
be
yourself
hyped
a
without
thumbs down,
him.
Kurt.
Yeah,
What is
trash
going
bag.
on?
Get over here and pour this wine.
Right.
How about that?
Garcon.
Bartender.
Bartender.
Waiter.
So what, I'm supposed to be thirsty until we cut to a trailer or something and I can pour myself a drink?
Kurt,
Get
my
over
glass is
here.
broken. My
These
glass is
cupcakes
broken.
all looking all scrumptious.
Listen, that's because when it's ladies' night, ladies, we treat our guests right around here. And even though we don't have a specific special guest coming through, our guest co-host, I wanted y'all to feel the love.
Yes.
Can y'all feel the love
Valentine's
tonight?
special.
Can you feel the love? Oh, that's
And
what
the
I
fingernails
thought. That's what I thought.
Oh, yes.
He wasn't going to do us dirty like that. He wasn't going to do you dirty like that, if anything.
You dirty either.
So
I don't know about that.
Yo, it's King Kurt live on the box. These ladies.
Oh my God. So back to people we actually care about, our patrons. We're up to 9 whole patrons. Y'all. So excited. Kurt got them up on the screen. Thank you for your support, all 9 of you. If you are still interested in becoming a patron, we do have a special running right now. First 10 patrons get a free Funko Pop gift sent by yours truly, as I run the Patreon myself. So sign up. Tiers start as low as $5. But I gotta tell you guys, we have photo shoots that we just got pictures back from. All of that stuff is going up at the Patreon. So if you could give a little more back behind the scenes, photos are at the $5 level. At the $10 level, we get videos. If you $20, we get a Google Hangout chat where you can come hang out with us, like rap about it. We're actually going to be getting a whole bunch of other Patreon exclusive content coming soon. Please, I implore you, sign up. Tell your friends about us.
Tell them all.
Yes, tell your friends about us, B.
Oh, do we have the link to put in the chat, Tef?
Yes, I gotcha. Cause I post this everywhere. So make sure you like, subscribe, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, anywhere where you see HNIC, and share the show, yo. Like I said, tell your friends about us.
If you have friends that don't know, like
now you need to be telling them about
if
us.
you don't know, now you know.
Share the link to the show as a video.
Right.
Go share it.
Right.
Do it right now.
All of your friends.
Share
Share it if you let me.
So right now we're at 26 shares. If we can get up to 50 shares, I have a special Valentine's Day story that I'm going to tell you guys.
Ooh, special
Valentine's
Valentine's too, because none of
I need
us
to
know
hear
it.
this
So
story.
you need to do it for us.
So it's going to be the story of that one time I smacked my boyfriend around.
But
that is
intriguing.
That is going to be for way later, and we need to get as close to 50 shares as possible. Share. So we also have t-shirts for sale at GJapparelstore.com. I'm dyslexic, so I always mess it up.
No, it's okay. As much as Kurt be on here, that's fine.
Listen, I had a story. I have something that I'm putting on for Hot Topics next week. I was like, Kurt gonna mess this whole name up.
End up calling somebody Chimbabwe.
Listen, look, it's something close to that. It's an African name, so it's gonna be something.
Oh, Tef, don't let him do it.
Okay, so obviously Kurt didn't like my joke. Got objects flying in here.
Right.
Could have lost the eye. Picky.
So listen, I just posted the link in the chat. That link takes you directly to our HNIC t-shirt. We have a t-shirt, a hoodie, and a hat for sale. You buy our merch, take a picture, and tag us, and we will repost you on our social media because we love our fans, and we especially love our sexy fans in our stuff. So
all you sexy fans in your sexy gear, look at you.
Sexy stuff. So moving on, I guess we're gonna get in. Y'all.
What? I was trying to be sexy when you talking
trying to be sexy.
Whatever. You'll see when you go look at it later.
All right. So listen.
Oh, you saw.
I'm dead. Oh. Wow, he told us somehow I committed aggravated assault during sex. That is close, but
almost
oh, wow.
Close, but no cigar.
Well, see, that's why we need you to share it so we can hear the story because I'm intrigued. I want to know what this is about. We don't know what the story is about. Tough stories are interesting stories.
So anyway, we're moving right along in the hot
story.
Hashtag tough stories. If you missed the last tough story, I fell down a flight of stairs running for a train, and the people at my job were like, "Bitch, why did you come to work?" They didn't even appreciate all the effort I put in to get there. So
I feel that. I got yelled at today for being at work when I'm just like semi-sick.
Well,
They were just like, "What are you doing?
You're
here? Go to urgent care."
You're mildly immunocompromised.
Right? Just like,
Yeah. But the crazy part about it is if you called out, then they'd be up there talking. She uncalled out and we need all this stuff. You know how they do. Girl, you sick. You need to go in. Oh, man, she uncalled out. Lazy heifer.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness. So now we're going to get in hot topics for real now. So the 92nd Academy Awards were this past Sunday. I know I'm like the only person that watched it, but Joaquin Phoenix took home the Oscar for Best Actor for his role in Joker, the second actor to win a Academy Award for playing the same character. So Heath Ledger actually won it back in the early 2000s when he played Joker in The Dark Knight.
okay.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And so also did anybody look up anything else cool that happened at the Academy Awards
I
did
saw
you see
Tessa
his-
Thompson's
did you-
dress.
Her dress was everything.
Oh my god.
I just, all she needed was a sword
Yo,
and just
right?
like pulled out the.
Wait, so I saw
You
her
know,
dress, and then
it's-
somebody did a fan art of it. They were just like, I couldn't see this and not draw it. And they
Yeah.
made her Artemis, the goddess of the hunt.
It was amazing.
I'm just mad y'all defaulted to like
The
girly
clothes.
shit and
I
talked
mean,
about
well,
dresses.
you
said
pretty. That was definitely something.
I'm trying to talk about. I'm like, yes. So here, pop culture, awesome. Did you hear his like Joaquin Phoenix gave this really great speech about how humans are a fucking plague on the planet and how we take
this
more
is
than we
true.
give, and y'all like Tessa Thompson's motherfucking
Well, he
dress.
wasn't dressed pretty.
okay.
I'm sorry. He didn't have a gown on that night for us to talk about.
I did see.
my
I saw
forte.
the director for Parasite.
Yes, so
Didn't he get,
Parasite
like,
cleaned up.
right.
They won 4 out of the 6 awards they were
Yes.
nominated for.
Hey.
Yeah,
Didn't
so
he give like a similar speech though to what he did before? Like
So,
once you get past the subtitles.
So yeah, so it was at the Golden Globes, I believe
Yeah.
it was. He was like, once you get past.
Oh, Jesus.
We're sorry for the extra noise back there.
This is what happens when we don't have the proper funding so that we can do our own thing. So if you don't want to hear things in the background, then that means we need more funding and support on our Patreon so that we can go somewhere else. And then we make the rules. But until then, we're here.
Let's say I was gonna make it up.
Moving along. Moving forward, we just gonna have to work around it. Listen to us the best you can.
Yeah. So, all right. So Bong Joon-ho, the director for Parasite, he was at the Golden Globes or even at the BAFTAs. He was like, once you get past the 1-inch barrier of subtitles, a whole new world of movies like opens up to you.
Which
So-
like I'm a weeb, so subtitles are nothing.
So yeah, so like same. I love foreign films. One of my favorite films of like all time is.
Tef's a weeb now.
Stop!
You're a weeb. She's about
One of us.
Y'all.
one day. You're almost there. You're like you're on the like cliff and you're about to jump. So
Just take the jump. Leap of faith.
yep.
Anyhow, a TSA agent was actually charged for like aggravated sexual assault for making a woman show him her breasts twice during a random search before she boarded a plane.
Wow.
I'm sorry. What?
Twice?
Yeah.
Twice?
Yeah. So he's garbage. Number one, you know how like some stuff that happens, you'd be like, I know she didn't know her rights. No, at no point ever should a woman be patted down by a man.
No.
Right.
So if anybody was going to be searching her, it should have been a woman, and she should have flat out refused until she got on it. Let alone have a man be like, hey, you got to show me them titties or you can't leave. So he was actually charged with like kidnapping and
Good.
sexual assault and something else.
Oh wow.
But yeah.
Being an overall garbage human being. How about that?
Right, being a grade A trash douche. So, yes.
Trash douche. I like that.
Speaking of potential trash douches, there's gonna be 2 new Transformers movies, including a reboot.
Why?
First
Why
of
does it
all,
have to be trash douche?
Because it is.
Ma'am.
Like it's trash juice.
ma'am, Ma'am.
I'm tired
do
of
that.
them. Like, why do they
Don't
keep
do
coming
that.
out? They keep coming out. I don't need to know nothing else about the Transformers. Period. Like,
everything
man,
out.
I'm
the
gonna be
last
real,
couple
I
ones.
loved all of them except the last two.
You were in a bubble of your own, ma'am. I'm sorry. I usually
So,
don't do
no.
that to you.
The first two were lit. When Megan Fox left, that's when it went downhill.
Right, that's
for
why the
me.
third one, he ain't need to be there. But like Shia LaBeouf's girlfriend called Megan Trainor, she called him a bitch. she called him a little bitch, and I was just like, I hate you, but I love you for this right now.
Oh my god, I'm done.
Like the last two with what's his name?
Yes.
Wahlberg,
Yes.
Mark Kiet. That didn't need to happen. That didn't need to happen.
Oh my goodness. We got somebody in the chat
No.
who says Fast and Furious and Transformers just need to stop.
Fast and
Sir,
Furious,
they do.
Transformers,
Sir.
no. Give me my Explosions.
Stop.
Explosions by Michael Bay.
Stop.
Explosions.
We're
They
not
both
doing
need
this.
to stop.
We're not doing this.
I'm in full agreement. Speaking of which, as far as like Fast and Furious or whatever, oh my God, I can't wait till we talk about this movie. I'm gonna hold my speakings until we get to that part.
All right. So Emily Blunt, you guys know who she is. Yes, not Nanny McPhee, the other one. She was in.
No, she was Mary Poppins.
Yes,
the
so
second
she was
one.
in Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
So Emily Blunt has reportedly met with Marvel studio execs, and I don't know if you guys know, but Boss Logic kind of like led this campaign for her and John Krasinski to kind of head up the Fantastic Four as Mr. Fantastic and Sue Storm, respectively.
I would love to see Jim as Reed Richards.
So, okay, I'm so glad that I saw The Office after I saw him in other stuff, because I see him in The Office and I'm like, there's no way that's that same nigga.
No, but like seeing him even just IRL, like with his face, like yes, I could see you playing Reed. Okay, just give him the grace treat.
So I don't like this casting. Not because he's a bad actor. I think he would be good. I liked the reboot with Michael B. Jordan in them. I actually really liked it.
I'm trash.
I'm trash. Really? You can fight me.
I couldn't stand that reboot. What? Don, this is why Don got to come back, because Don didn't throw stuff from over in his seat. He was respectful whether he agreed with our opinions or not. He did not throw things at us.
Don't like throw stuff at Kurt all episodes. You landed
That was.
one
I heard that one clap too when it made connection. It was like. I'm sorry. I spit on the stuff.
Be quiet.
Don't spit on the equipment.
Acting up. Look, now he gonna be in the chat.
Go back in the
He
chat.
gonna be in the chat all petulant now.
That's okay.
Talking on his board.
Don't be petty in the chat.
I just think those characters should be played by younger people.
but
I
they're
like
not young
I like them young.
characters.
Yes, they are. When they Fantastic Four first started out, they're in their 20s.
Right, but that would be they were teenagers.
They were not teenagers.
They were
not teenagers. Miles, what's his name, is like my fucking age.
Exactly.
Stop.
What's his name?
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, the shade.
This
Did
is
it
like
get
that.
dark in here?
I mean, but in
I
the
mean,
comics,
there's a lot
weren't
of
they
black
teenagers
people.
though in the comics?
Listen.
It's like the Miles Morales thing, and that guy, the kid from When They See Us or whatever, that wanted to be Miles, and everyone was like,
it was like, sir, you a whole 27.
You are no longer allowed to have this part because you're gonna be just too old.
I was like, sir, you got chin hair. Sit down. Like, you got bald hair. Like, go somewhere, sir. Anyway,
So in the chat, real quick, sorry. Joseph Bruno said that he always thought Kirsten Dunst would make a good Sue.
I don't like her.
It's hard to see her and
Also,
stuff.
she's
after
also
she was,
really old now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but even after her Mary Jane, like it wasn't. I can't really.
She wasn't my Mary Jane though. Like I didn't care for her.
We can't call each other old. Remember, that's off limits. Hey, you respect that woman. You can't call her old.
That's a sassy.
No, she's mature.
She's mature. She's mature.
Yeah, mature woman.
Okay, yeah. All right, so she's mature. She's mature. Anyway. So, and I'm like, well, know, because I also want to see like more new people. So ever since like big movie stars came to TV and TV stars going to movies, I'm like, damn, can we get somebody else?
Right.
I want to see some new people here.
But I mean, I just like seeing John Krasinski and Emily Blunt play together. Like they were. I saw clips of The Quiet Place, but they work well together for being a married couple.
They do, and he directed that film, so he actually even directs her really well. So I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing to happen to those two characters, to be honest. So I mean, if it is, it is, but it's not what I would like. That's
right.
all.
Like I would rather see something else, but I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So listen. So, because Black History Month, Lowry's is going to release a limited edition version of their season salt with Tiffany Haddish.
Yes, please.
What?
Please and thank you.
What are they doing to it that's different?
I don't know. Maybe it's just gonna have her picture on the label. But I was like, are they gonna put some cayenne pepper in it?
Because I don't think they should do anything else to it.
They gonna put some weed in it, make it loud.
You said make it loud. It's already loud, and it gives you high blood pressure. Maybe add extra salt.
Listen, Lowry's is my go-to. I don't even use regular salt.
Did you say extra salt? Yep, extra salt to the salt. You died.
No.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
I'm saying, I don't even use table salt like that, except for like when I'm baking. I put Lowry's, so like that's my regular salt.
Oh,
I'm so serious. I love whatever you
say
find.
when you're baking.
Except for when I'm baking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I'm baking, I use table salt.
I was confused.
Oh my god.
I'm with Steph. Boo.
First of all, Stephanie can't cook, and she definitely can't outcook me.
So. Why is she trying to come at you now?
Cook off out.
When you come back, make me something and prove her wrong.
Bye. She made them sugar cookies the last time she was here, and I can do better.
I want some sugar cookies. Make me some sugar cookies, Steph.
Girl, you had a whole cheesecake from last week that I brought.
Yeah, I did.
So,
and don't say the whole cheesecake. I only had 2 slices. Excuse
me. 2 quarter wedges.
Fine.
I was gonna say, whose side are you on, fam? Or are you just trying to get free food?
Maybe. Maybe it's both. I don't have to answer to you.
Listen.
Yeah, hang your head in shame, Curtis. If y'all didn't know, Kurt just put something in the chat, and I'm just like, what the actual fuck?
What? I missed it.
Kurt, you can't distract us. That's not your job.
Right.
Where are you done it?
Supporting us. Like,
I don't know who made the sugar cookies. But,
he over here distracting us with his
well, so he said that they tasted like tape.
Wow. Don't encourage him.
That's why he hung his head in shame.
Stop. Don't encourage him.
So I was told that I was supposed to say something, so I'm going to say it.
Say it.
F that cheesecake.
Wow.
Oh damn!
I couldn't say the whole thing because I was trying to censor myself.
Also, first of all, out of the mouth that ate the cheesecake, it better not say anything. F that cheesecake. Bye.
That cheesecake was good though. Anyway,
now I gotta make you cookies just to prove how good I am.
Maybe you do. Maybe you do have a point to
make me
chocolate chip.
Putting out orders.
Y'all acting the hell.
I like snickerdoodles. Make me snickerdoodles, please.
Wow.
So that one started off like a fart at first.
Right.
I thought it was Kurt.
Was it Kurt? What the fuck?
What were you eating, Kurt?
Jesus,
it was something else.
God.
Anyway, moving forward.
Kurt, wait. Y'all read this. Y'all see this, right, in the chat?
Oh, no.
My question to you, Kurt, how you know? How you know?
What did I miss? What did he say?
You know what taint tastes like, don't you?
No.
You know what alligator vagina tastes like, don't you?
I live on the wild side.
Trying to keep the show on the rails a little bit. Rick Moranis is apparently coming out of retirement. He's going to be in the reboot of the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids thing. It's going to be called Shrunk. So, if you guys don't know, Rick Moranis, his wife died of cancer back in the 90s, back when he was doing like really big. Right. So he actually quit acting to raise his 2 daughters. Yeah. So that was like 30 years ago now. So they are older, and I guess he's gonna come back into it, and he's starting here. I hope that's like a good stepping stone for him, like back into working. Right? No, because he's a really good actor.
Yeah, like I miss him.
Yeah, facts. So
I was about to be in butthole, and then you guys gave me the sad story, and I'm like, well, I guess I can't say that anymore. Nope. Feel bad now. Next.
Press F in the chat, guys.
Morals.
F in the chat.
Oh my god. So Skechers is releasing a whole line of Sailor Moon themed sneakers.
And are they going to be in America though, or are they going to be only like in Taiwan or something like that?
That is a good question.
Because they always do that. I don't know why they always put that in our feeds, and then it's like all the way in a whole nother country.
Wait a minute, did y'all see the phone that they had, the cell phones? With
that too.
I'm up there like, wait a minute, maybe I can find it.
Okay, but real quick, something that I know is in America because it's in Hot Topic. It's something that I need us ladies to do. Sailor Moon bathing suits.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are. Yes. I can't wear those though because they never have my size.
Facts.
Never. Yeah, unless I was just gonna wear little patches and be okay with that. No, it's
right. Yes, it is.
Nobody wants to. I'm not gonna say
maybe
nobody, but
listen,
I don't want.
Maybe Torrid will do a bootleg version, and I can get one that fits.
They have a
maybe.
They have a limited one, and I need it. I have like the mightiest need for that bathing suit.
Yes. So, and rounding out Hot Topics on a bit of a downer, Uber releases these shocking figures depicting the amount of crimes committed during rides, which included over 3,000 sexual assaults.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So.
And it's not good that comes not long after all the Lyft scandals too.
Right. So there was actually an app that came out a few years ago. It was called Chariot, which is supposed to be women-only drivers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's supposed to cut down on sexual assault. But I was like, bitches be robbing too. Right? You just less likely to be sexually assaulted, which I guess is an up.
I mean, right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it depends.
Like, they're both bad because I need my money.
Some of them be working for other pimps and whatnot, so they might just go ahead and, still kidnap you anyway, if you are a female or they're female.
Theoretically, it can't be worse than Uber. It can't be worse than it was like 3,058 sexual assaults or something ridiculous like that. Yeah. And I don't know if that's in the last year or when the app first started. Yeah, because before it was wild. It was like they were speculating.
All, confirmed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So these were their figures that they released. So I would imagine these were all investigated and confirmed.
Did they have any particular location that stood out the most where it was happening?
I mean, Uber is mostly in big cities and around big metropolitan areas. So I mean, where there's people, there's crime, and especially high densities of people. So I would imagine that would be hard to say.
Right.
Yeah.
What they noticed the most, like a little statistic thing.
Listen, I don't think there's fucking Uber and fucking bumperfuck nowhere or whatever.
I didn't think they had it in Virginia, but it's over there. Yeah. Because their stuff's so far apart, though. I would imagine their rides would be super expensive. That's why I'm like,
even the rates depend on where you are
and what time and everything.
So ladies, make sure y'all share your rides. Share them rides.
Share your rides.
That way people know where you at.
Carry some mace. Get you a knife.
Get you a stun gun.
Yeah.
But then sometimes don't you wonder about that? Maybe the person that you end up sharing a ride with might be the person with
no. The share the ride is there's this thing on there where I can share it to you.
Oh, okay.
I can share it to you. Y'all know. Not get in the car. Hey, girl, I don't know you. Get in the car with me. We all right. It's 2 against 1. No,
okay, good.
Yeah, actually, no. I actually will not share a ride for that reason.
I don't know.
No. Yeah. So.
Hey, we hit 52 shares.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I get to talk tell my weird story after all?
I want to hear the story so much.
The public is ready.
Well, we have a trailer coming up, actually.
So after the trailer?
She had to think about that. Like, am I ready to be having y'all looking at me like this?
I tell you what, the mid-card topic, we'll cut it short, and I'll tell it before we play the next trailer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we do have a trailer coming up in the vein of sexual assault. It's a movie called Promising Young Woman. It's about a woman who gets raped and nobody believes her, not even her friends and family. So she goes on this kind of like revenge plot where she gets pretend drunk at bars to see if men will take her home and try and take advantage of her. And the ones who do decide to go that route, they get severely punished.
Ooh, I like
Bum,
that.
I think it's
Assisted,
amazing.
right?
Yeah, facts. Super, super amazing. It looks really great. Whenever you're ready.
Whisper something in your ear.
Good God almighty. You know, they put themselves in danger, girls like that.
It was a perverted thing to say.
You'd think you'd learn by that age, right?
Please lay down. What are you doing?
It's okay, hey, you're safe.
What are you doing? Hey, I said, what are you doing? Every week, I go to a club. I act like I'm too drunk to stand. And every week, a nice guy comes over to see if I'm okay.
You okay? You are so pretty. I am a nice guy.
Are you?
1, 2, 3, 4. I thought we had a connection.
Okay. How old am I? What are my hobbies? What's my name? Sorry, maybe that one's too hard.
Cassandra? We were in class together at Forest. You would have been a great doctor. What happened?
I left under unusual circumstances. You remember what happened, right? Why I dropped out. I'm not the only one who didn't believe it. We get accusations like this all the time. Who needs brains? They never did a girl any good. I'm so sorry I didn't go with her. You gotta let it go.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Why do you guys have to ruin everything? We were kids.
If I hear that one more time, I have to give him the benefit of the doubt. I was hoping you'd feel differently by now.
It's every guy's worst nightmare getting accused like that.
Can you guess what every woman's worst nightmare is? I wanted to be a doctor my whole life. Lately, I've been feeling like I might want to get back into it.
So that was Promising Young Woman. It actually looks really good. I have to look it up because it was like a small limited release. I wanted to see when it came out so I can actually take a look at it. But so we're gonna move before we start our Valentine's themed mid-card topic. I was implored to actually lead with my story since you guys went over 50 shares. I guess this is fine. Yes. So this is 2008. I was still living in Florida in my very first apartment with roommates who sucked and a boyfriend who was crazy. And it's one of those things where I tell people, like, idle hands do the devil's work. Like, don't just do stuff because you're bored, especially get into relationships that you have no business being in, and then getting an apartment with those relationships you have no business being in. So it was like that. So our relationship started to slowly fall apart because when you move in together, that's what happens, apparently. You either get closer or you go apart. So he was starting to show his crazy, and I didn't have good coping skills. So
yeah, I know.
So we were fighting. So, and you know, I was giving him the whole silent treatment, like no, like don't talk to me, whatever. But he would like go crazy. He actually went out onto the patio one time and broke clay pots over the balcony to draw my attention.
Well, I mean, that's one way to get somebody attention, but
so, sir, apart from it being really random and weird, we had a family that lived below us with children who would play on the balcony. So guess what got my goddamn attention? So like I said, we were like nitpicking and kind of falling apart and fighting and stuff like that. And during this one particular fight, I was in another room. My friends are trying to calm me down. I was in like another room or whatever. And I told you guys this before, I've been writing since I was like 12. Mm-hmm. So I've had stories and characters and poems and stuff since I was literally 12 years old on my computer. I still have these things today. He stole my laptop computer.
Oh my God.
And ran out of our fucking apartment with it.
Crazy.
Right. So again, this was a lovely peach of a person. And he like I said, he just took off. Bye. My friend, like my one roommate, she like ran outside, jumped on his like big Cadillac car, and was like, "You're not going anywhere."
No,
and she like fucking peeled out of the fucking driveway. She fell off the hood of the car. I'm in my apartment. Yes.
What is
it's like $1,200 gateway laptop. I'm sobbing, like uncontrollable tears. Not only did he steal my actually it wasn't that expensive, my $600 laptop. That's literally my but like my life's work, which in my opinion is more valuable to me, right? So I'm crying, and my friends are like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I fell off his car." And I was like, "Wait, bitch, you did what?" She's like, "Yeah, I tried to stop him. That car got away. It was a big car, it was pretty fast." And I'm like, "Yeah, he has my stuff. This is my life's work." I'm literally I've Snow White fell across the bed, like every Disney princess, super dramatic, dumb sobbing, super upset about the whole thing. And my friends are trying to talk me down. I'm like, how can I go on? They're like, bitch, call the cops. Do you know what his license plate number is? Do you know what the model number of car is? Trying to be rational, good friends. Right. So, and in the midst of our drama, we hear the front door to the apartment open. And we all like three little kids, in a fucking Scooby-Doo thing. We peek around the corner. Peeking around the corner. And here he is sliding my laptop in the door onto the floor. Here you go.
What was the point doing all
You're not gonna fucking ignore me again, are you?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, fucking shit-eating grin, because again, I'd been ignoring him and he hated that. So, I don't know what it is. The rage of 1,000 black suns came over me. All of my tears dried up. Bitch, I turned into fucking Flojo. I leapt. I took off running. I sprinter jumped, leapt over my computer. And this is Florida, so almost everything is outside. So we get out of the apartment and the actual hallway is outside. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's open air, hallways and stuff like that in between the apartments and all. So I get out there and he's like, "Oh, I was gonna bring your laptop back. I know you didn't really think I was gonna take it." And I didn't have words.
I missed somewhere when you brought up that this was literally in Florida. So now
right. So this is Florida, middle of the day, by the way. So it's sunny. It's 80 degrees outside. We should be chilling at the pool, not having my laptop stolen by my nutso ass boyfriend. So it was my day
or
off
being
work.
rained on.
Right. Worst day at work ever. Worst day off from my job ever. So he's talking and trying to laugh his way out of it, that nervous, I'm in danger.
Because you know you're mad.
Yeah, no, because apparently
the kid from Simpsons, I'm in danger.
Nah, because I apparently had fire shooting out of my fucking eyes at this point. So he's explaining, and he's like da 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 da, and before I knew it, my hand flew back and I whole smacked him across the face.
You
see, anger and adrenaline will do those things to you.
I wasn't even paying attention. Have you ever seen those like Magic J videos? Yes. Where you're like, oh yeah. It was Liquid J. So it was like that. It was like my hand flew back on its own, and with like, girl, I heard the air on this smack. It was like. Pow!
That's unfortunate that none of us were there.
Yeah, I smacked him full across the face, and he was stunned, and I was stunned, and I kind of looked at my hand, and I was like,
"Was it glowing?"
Oh
no! She had the iron fist.
It was like, yes. I like turned back to him and was like, pow! And I hit him again, and then I was like. Pow! And I hit him again. And at this point, he's like, oh, stop! What are you doing? And I'm just like,
and that's when we needed to be there to drag her away and be like, all right, you
so
need to go there.
Don't let her finish.
So don't stop, oh my Lord. You're supposed to talk over it so like it's not happening. Don't look at me, Kurt. You know I got stuff I gotta block. I don't want children.
Listen. So actually, you are quite right. Because at this point, my neighbors have started to come out of their apartments, the ones who aren't at work. Yes. And my neighbors are like looking up at the balcony, and my boyfriend is like this, and I'm like this. My friends grab me under both arms and like drag me back into the depths of the apartment like some wild animal. Because I'm still trying to get at him. I'm like, no, fuck that nigga. He stole my shit. And like all of a sudden, I turned into like mad ghetto. Like that's what happens when I get like super angry.
Like, screw me and my sister and I just right
now. I'm that motherfucker stole my shit.
No censors.
Right.
But it's different when you do it because you're like a small child, and I just gotta be like, oh, look at that small child cursing at people. I'm sorry.
I love you. I love you too. Thank you so much.
So yes, that is my wild story about the time I smacked my boyfriend around.
Do you ever feel bad? Like, cause I had one of those moments where I had snapped really badly because of that. Cause like living with somebody can like bring out the worst things.
Yeah.
And I have done some things that I'm just like, wow, you did that. And when I say it out loud, I'm just like, And then people look at me and they're like, you did that too? And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, I don't know what happened, but.
So I'm going to say no because I actually, for the most part, not so much now, but like when I was younger, I was actually a really reserved person. I'm the oldest of 10 children. I've always had to be super responsible, super like hold my shit together, like taking care of like other people always. So usually when I snapped out like that, you had it coming.
Yeah, it
like
deserved it.
Right. So like I said, he was kind of like terrorizing me, and we were like fighting and being petty, and like by the time it got to that point. Oh, yeah, he was getting smacked.
Oh, well, he deserved it.
Yeah. He deserved it, too. You stole my life's work and then drove off and knocked my friend off the car. You getting the shit slapped out of you. So,
all the shit.
So, yes, that is my one crazy story about the time I smacked my boyfriend around. And
I enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you.
Me too. That's the woman empowerment that I needed to do.
Kurt, you over here to stop talking. First of all, what you going to stop doing is threatening Steph in the chat. I see you over there talking to her like that.
But on the real, Kurt can eat a bag of dicks.
Oh
yes, for
funny how our bag of dicks went missing.
I know, right? Now what? Fight me.
We gotta figure out something to like with the next trailer that come on. We gotta stock up on some paper balls or something.
The truth is,
yes, we have ammo.
So, all right. So now we're gonna get into our mid-card topic, which is Valentine's Day for my lovely Galentines.
It's Galentine's night.
Galentine's, I like that.
Yes. So people love to hate on love, and Valentine's Day catches a lot of shit for this because people who haters basically love to be like, if you really love somebody, you would show them every day, not just on Valentine's Day. So is that just something broke and single people say, or do we really do we really need a day to celebrate our significant others, both romantic and platonic?
Well, everybody got an opinion. Who wants to go first?
So I guess I'm going first. So speaking from both perspectives,
are you broke and single? Or
yes.
Wait,
yes. But
you around a whole bunch of love right now. You rich and love and friendship.
No, you're drenched in listen, we here.
And you ain't alone. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, all of us in here.
Here, cupcake.
Cupcake. And then we just cupcake. Hey, Kurt's trying to. So darn if this stuff is sticky, Kurt did it. That's what love do. Give you a cake. Give you a
You
whole
are
cupcake.
mine.
Be mine with a little special message. Yes.
Tuff wants me to be yours. I'm yours, Tuff.
Thank you. Would anybody else like a cupcake?
I would gladly take a cake of the cup.
Which would you like?
I want the one with the heart.
Do you want chocolate or vanilla?
I want the chocolate.
Okay.
Oh, Angela, what are you talking about? Valentine's Day isn't real.
First of
It
all,
is very real.
I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this, Angelo. None of this shit is real.
Facts. Listen here, Saint Valentine did not die just so y'all can use his death day to buy stuff.
So first of all right. So come on with it, broken single. Why is Valentine's Day not real?
Because even when I was broke and not single, I still
you never
maybe because it's the way Valentine's Day always went for me. Even when I had a boyfriend, it was never like some big thing. It was just like, yeah, I got you. Like, I never got flowers. I never got candy. I never got.
So you're saying you never had anybody treat you right? They never bought you cupcakes like me?
Damn. No,
Which bring you wine like me?
I'm done. You want to say like
I ain't never had nobody show me like, wait, what? What's the lyrics? What's it?
I can't help you.
You know what I mean, man.
Yes,
I ain't never had
would love
nobody
a
show me all the things that you've been showing me in a special way. I feel you gon' hold me, we gon' always have fun. Baby, that's what you told me, and I believe it.
Yes, I never had nobody.
Cupcake.
Sass, would you like a cupcake?
Yes, I would. Another one, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
You are also getting a be mine.
Yes. I'm gonna wear it.
And then I'm gonna disrespect it and scrape all the ice off of it.
That's fair. That's what I'm gonna do.
I mean, that is a lot of icing.
So for you, you're basically saying Valentine's Day was never
right,
super
and it was
special.
never right. So I'm just like the first Valentine's I ever like not even spend it with a guy. It was just like, yeah, I gave your mom the present that I got for you. It's like, you saw my mom, you could have just walked over to my house, but whatever. I mean, it was cool though. He got me Mario Kart for the Wii. It was like, all right, cool, thank you. But that was about it. And then I will say last year, couple days after Valentine's, I had a nice date at Fuji Mountain downtown.
It
so
don't
that
count
was
because
nice.
it's not on Valentine's.
Yeah, well, I tried.
So Roxy,
All right.
not broke
Yeah.
or slightly less broke.
I won't be
Not
broke next
single.
week when it's pay week, but I'm like kind of both ends about it. Like it's like I don't like the pressure that it puts on people to go ahead and do a whole bunch of extra stuff that they could probably do any other time, but now it's like you got the commercials and Make Her Say Yes and the Jareds and Every Kiss Begins with K and all that kind of stuff going on, and the women are a lot of times, or we're looking at the guy like, hi, I'm size 8. You're like slowly dropping hints. Look, I want to show you. Look, this is my ring finger. I'm sliding my phone over to him. Can you look at this? You know? So it's just like a lot of unnecessary pressure that it puts on people. Like, I don't know where everybody live, but I know here in Philly, like sometimes you'll see like vendors on this corner with the last minute teddy bear balloon that's filled with all kinds of pollution from the car's gift out there. And, you know, somebody's, I got to bring something home to her. She's going to go ahead and beat me up. You know, like, that's the part I don't like about it, is the unnecessary pressure. I mean, the idea of it altogether, I think is cute, but it's the pressure that it puts on people that make them go ahead and do a whole bunch of extra stuff that they ain't got the money to do. It's like the second Christmas, but it's like you're going broke trying to please somebody and do this and outdo yourself from last year or whatever.
But that don't make but that doesn't make it any difference in Christmas. People
No,
say don't go broke.
But I'm just saying, some people do. Like, I've seen some ridiculous stuff with people buying like 2,000 roses, and they're like, "What in the world are you gonna do with that?" So first we went from drilling to a cop. What the heck?
And it was so weird because
I thought it was an alien
noise. Like it wasn't even a regular noise. Okay. Anyways, so that's my fault. We know where we're gonna live.
Sassy.
So I'm in the middle about it because so I don't have a problem with Valentine's Day. I do like to get things if I can get them, but if I can't, because I do understand that sometimes like people go through stuff. So it's whatever if it doesn't end up happening. But like my first boyfriend, and this was when I was in like 10th grade, he had a job. So, because he worked in a factory, he was Cambodian. I didn't know if that needed to be. Yeah, but anyway, he worked in.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he bought me stuff all the time. And on Valentine's Day, he used to go all the way out because he had the funds to do so. However, this is the same person who cheated on me not once, but twice. So that doesn't necessarily mean that
so didn't he necessarily he cared about you, just he wanted to, he liked spending money on you.
Yeah, exactly, just because he could, and he knew and he wanted to be the person aware every time when you're like, oh, who got that, and you're like, oh, he got that, like daddy bought it for me.
Look at your shirt.
I mean, I contradict myself because I do. Sometimes I like being that person, but I don't have to be that person either. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to, you can. But like, you don't feel like you have to be that person all the time, and don't think that just because somebody's being that person that necessarily means they give a crap all the way. Because the guys that be buying the most stuff seem to be the ones who making up for all of the other BS that they
do the stuff that you don't know about. Yeah. Okay.
I hope you forget about.
Exactly. Like I bought you all that stuff. You still mad?
That's like, I got you the new bundles you wanted, and I got them installed.
Listen. That's like when celebrities, like when it comes out, they cheat on their wife, but they take her on like on a 30-day vacation.
Like the whole Kevin Hart's whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Or what's his name? Offset when he came.
Cardi B. Yeah.
Know her concert.
Yeah.
And you got celebrities out here like, yo, take him back. What you mean? He said he was sorry.
And he knew that they was going to do that and make her feel bad for him.
Yeah, nah. Listen, the two of us.
I'm sorry. Listen. Is there a problem from the peanut gallery?
Yeah.
He don't get an opinion either way, so he can just be bothered.
You can sit there with your eyes all you want.
He can just be bothered.
You mad?
Oh my God, he got
you mad?
Look at his Twitter fingers over there.
Words all wrong and everything.
Exactly.
But your editor's over here, Kurt. Now what?
And what?
I mean, well, all right. So for me personally, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I am single. I have been broke. I am less broke than I was. I've had. Shut up, motherfucker.
Maybe we wouldn't be broke if you was paying us.
Right? Run them they money, Kurt.
And they're going to sit there like, yeah, I know it's so. I'm right. Right.
So hit our Patreon so we can be less broke.
So support my dude.
No, yeah. So I mean, I've been with people where we didn't where we loved each other, and it we didn't necessarily have the money to do anything, so we would be lame and stay home. I bake from scratch, so every Valentine's Day, me and my son's dad were together back when we were together. I made a from scratch red velvet cake with cream cheese icing from scratch, and that wasn't something that was super expensive, but it was something I really love doing because that's how I show my affection for people. I'm a creative, so I like to make things. So, and he loves to eat, so this nigga. So he loves to eat, so he would be like, what? You baked me a whole cake? You made me a twice baked potato and a lamb steak and lamb steaks dinner, and I was like, yes, because I love you, and we didn't have enough money to go out.
Do you love me enough to make me a twice baked potato? Because that sounds real good right about
I will say. So along with my date last year, so my boyfriend at the time he was also like the creative type. Like he was did a lot with his hands. So shut up. He made me truffles.
I make them for Christmas.
Yeah, well, so he like tried to do the whole Ferrero Rocher thing, and he would just make them in like bulk.
Yeah,
and just give them to me, and I was just like, I love chocolate, and I love these, and I love you.
Yeah. So yeah, I make the chocolate truffles for Christmas. I do peppermint bark, walnut, and then I do sprinkles on one.
My family doesn't do that, and I've never had anybody to do that for me. So to be fair, he's done. I've only had like maybe 4 boyfriends my entire life.
You gotta catch up. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Curry, shut up.
Listen,
I'm tired of you. We're not supposed to be even laughing at shit, Joe. First because you're a man, and who cares what you think right now?
Kurt's the biggest hoe in here, so it takes one to know.
Ooh, she called you out.
Yeah, so I mean, and you know, sometimes it don't have to be a big thing. Like after my son was born, for our Valentine's Day, me and my son's dad, we went to go see Deadpool at Studio Movie Grill. Oh. Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, it don't necessarily have to be a big thing. I've had people who didn't give, like Sassy said, didn't give a crap about me and my boyfriend, who ghosted me for 3 weeks right before my birthday. He bought me a KitchenAid stand mixer. And like I said, I love to bake, so it meant a lot to me that he spent that. Not only did he spend that much money, but he got me something I said that I always wanted. I said, the man who bought me a KitchenAid stand mixer, I would marry. So he got it from me, and for jokingly, I was like, see, nigga, you gotta marry me now. So, no. And then, like, 4-5 weeks later, he ghosted me. Called me, right before my birthday. It was like our 1-year anniversary of dating.
That's so weird.
So again, it don't necessarily matter, but like, I'm single now, and last year for Valentine's Day, fresh off of that catastrophe, I bought myself a seafood platter. I had a mason jar full of sangria. I got like wine drunk while watching Beauty and the Beast eating seafood. I was like, be our guest. Put our service.
I don't know how this Friday goes. I just might be right there too.
Right. So I mean, I completely believe in like platonic love, like between like friends. I've bought like my girlfriends. I've bought gifts for. I've bought like stuff for.
That said nothing.
Wow.
We can.
Yes. So I've bought.
You good?
You can. Okay. Finally.
All right. Anyway. So I've bought stuff for friends. I actually, this Valentine's Day, I was like, does anybody want to go axe throwing or to like a gun range? Right. I was like, we can have a total Valentine's Day. Fuck them niggas. Like, it'd be nice to get some dick, but it's not necessary.
Exactly.
Oh, Jesus.
Right. This is like, I love my friends. Me and my girlfriend went to a mail review. We were like high-fiving and shit. It was fun. So on the topic though of dick, Valentine's Day gifts. Is pussy a acceptable gift to give your man for Valentine's Day?
I mean, it's an acceptable gift for Christmas, so why not for Valentine's Day?
I guess it depends.
Wow, you trifling.
So you just put a bow on the box to say unwrap this.
The bow is right here on me.
The bow is on the box.
The bow is right on my head.
Unwrap me, daddy. It's
all
right. Scared Kurt out the room.
Right there.
Got that Brazilian you wanted. Yeah, you scared Kurt cleared for landing.
Right. Speaking of Brazilians.
Oh, I gotta talk to you about that.
No, you better not.
I have to.
No.
For reasons I will tell you after the show. But
we're supposed to be getting Brazilian waxes tomorrow.
We were.
Oh,
and because of lady problems, I cannot.
You can.
That's gonna be awkward.
That'd be awkward.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not going.
They told you though. They they tell you though, you can. It's just that when you're on your lady time, it's a little bit more painful than normal because you're already on the period.
No, thank you.
I
will see you in 2 weeks.
Oh my God. It's in 4 weeks.
No, but I want the money too.
Yeah.
Or you could wait and we could all go together because I have to go too.
All right.
Yes. Let's make this. We gonna have a ladies HNIC night getting Brazilian waxes.
Yeah.
Y'all can see that if you join the Patreon.
Right. Sign up.
No.
We're not gonna show it.
Right.
No, when nobody's gonna watch me be.
We're not gonna show you getting our waxes.
Story too.
Wait. So is sex a gift any time of the year, Valentine's Day, otherwise? I personally think not.
So I feel like yes, if you present it a little different.
Present it different? How are you giving up the butt?
I would not. That's not.
So then what? If it's not special, then what's the point?
Yeah,
but
like
it
you
should
gotta
be special anyway, though, right? Like,
right.
Well, yeah, but like you're not gonna
but we
waltz
gonna
up
have
on
sex
Valentine's
anyway, it's a
Day
holiday.
giving some basic ish that you would have gave any day of the week.
So are you saying you about to swing from the chandelier up on this joint?
You should be.
You about to
I
hit
would
a
hang from a
split?
wrecking ball. Like, let's
Just
see how
give
we
Sass
can
a
do
little
this.
bit. Her cup already
You
full.
taking these classes. Like, for instance, you do pole classes.
Exactly.
Go pull some of that stuff out of the bag. Go get a pole.
So pause. I have for like the last 2 years, I've been trying to get somebody to go with me. The pole dancing studio I go to offers a couples chair dance workshop. I don't have a man to go with me.
Oh.
So yes, I would do something special.
So wait,
it
how
would
many
probably
shares are we at right now?
56.
56?
So
So
sex is not a
if we
gift.
hit like what 75?
If we had 75 shares,
Then
Okay.
can Kurt go with you?
I don't check it. Wow.
It would have to be next year because it already passed. It was this past weekend.
All right.
But we'll circle back around to that next year.
If Kurt doesn't magically somehow find himself in some miraculous woman's arms at that point.
Ooh, it would take nothing less than a miracle.
Miracle.
You laugh at yourself. Now what?
Nigga, you would say that about yourself.
Stay alone in your
so
corner.
stop.
She out there
Sit
doing
there
it.
and shit.
She out there
Hang your
doing
head
her
shit.
shit.
No,
Don't worry.
You ain't
Right?
got nobody.
Alone in your corner.
Bye. I'm in the same court.
Don't even make eye contact. Y'all not even allowed to look at each other. As far as I'm concerned. Don't put your hand up my seat. Y'all still talking. And you gotta go back and
Can we let them know that he's here?
Oh, so Sassy's boyfriend here, and now Kurt and Sassy's boyfriend sending baseball signals to each other, trying to have a whole conversation.
Telling myself.
Talking trash about us. I do not think sex is a gift. It is a holiday. You was probably gonna get some booty anyway from me. Because if I didn't fall asleep, you was gonna get some ass anyway. But it's not a gift.
Didn't fall asleep.
But listen, fam, I got a kid now. I pass out like that.
I got a full-time job. I feel like
I work full time at my regular job. I work at the very least part time here for HNIC, and I'm a whole mom. I work out 3 days a week. I fall asleep like this. I could be texting you like, so tell me again, where are we going?
I'm
out. You know what? I agree with you that sex is not a gift. However, what can be a gift out of sex is how you do.
She says it. I agree with you.
It's how you do it or what you do that's different. So check it out.
You about to bust a split on it?
Oh no.
Whole chicken wing, baby. No, but
Look, I won't go to the moment.
Look, how she do that pretzel again? Let me play that back. No, but
like, say if like you might go ahead and just surprise them with a little S&M or something, and that might be something different there. You know, just come out of nowhere. You know, like with the whole whip and like, you know, safety word banana. You know. Or you know, for those who like to go to places like the End of the Dove or whatever, and go to that little room where you got the Tarzan theme going on. That might be something different. You know, there's the gift right there.
I mean, that's fair because after we got engaged, like me and my son said, when we were engaged at one point, after we got engaged, we went to a hotel room to kind of like celebrate. We had a nice little dinner. I went back and I did like a whole like lap dance performance. I got up on the table and like stripped for him. And
see, you can make it a gift.
I mean, we was gonna have sex anyway. We was
gonna have
sex.
I want to put.
But I made it. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I like built up to it.
I'm gonna put this out there like real quick. Like I had one time. And I'm sorry, baby. I love you very much, but I have to share this. So this, you know, listening to my man, you know, he was like, you know, I had a fantasy about, you know, you dressing up in a trench or whatever, you know, and I'm all like, oh, you know, and I'm listening to this, and I'm very spontaneous, you know. So one summertime, I had this long trench that was suede, so you know, I'm already scared to death anyway, because underneath it, I had barely next to nothing on. Facts. And I'm like, I'm driving downtown, and I'm like, I hope I don't get pulled over. They're gonna think I'm a prostitute. I got this tiny little skimpy skirt on, no drawers, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get pulled over. It's a lot of cops out here on 19th Street. But the funny part about it is he got in the car, he's like, hey babe, I'm picking up from work, and I go, look, peekaboo, and it's like, oh my god, you know. So it's like, yeah, that was a gift for me to just see that reaction because I listened. Okay. So there's another, you know.
See, but the sex wasn't the gift, and that.
No, it was the preparation of the sex.
It was the build-up.
The build-up.
Right.
So I might get locked up. Peekaboo real quick before the 5 comes seats. Officer, I ain't a prostitute.
I mean, no, but I've done the whole like handcuffs, feathers with the like little leather crop whip and all that. And I mean, it's cool, but it's not a gift. That could be Thursday if you play your cards right.
Thursday sex.
Listen, thirsty Thursdays in my house.
Oh, Jesus. You know, I actually had somebody complain about that, though. Like, yeah, I really had a boyfriend who did that shit, though. It didn't make any sense to me, though, because he really had an attitude that every year, because we were with each other for a long time, on and off or whatever, for some years. And after a while, his complaint was that every year on Valentine's Day, I get you stuff, and I go and put thought into your gifts, and yada, yada, yada. And then you come at me with the same thing, and you get some, like, lingerie or something and put that on, and you call that a gift. But you didn't even think about me, because you don't remember what I like and what my favorite things
See, and that to me is why sex is not a gift, because it's just like...
Okay. Yeah, I was like, I know you like this.
No, it's like turning around and picking up the nearest thing and being like, here, I got you something.
Yeah,
and that's why true sex is not a gift.
But he didn't know how much of a struggle it was for me to even find lingerie because they don't make stuff in my size. There's no in between. Because far as breast wise, I would need something that's fit like for larger. And if it's saying small, medium, and large, they assume that if you're getting a bigger cup that you're a larger body. But I need like a medium or a small in that instance because you want it to be tight.
You need to go to the candy shop on South Street. You can go ahead and mix and match those two pieces together.
Or go to like Adore Me or something.
I love AdoreMe.com.
Yes.
Yes, because that crap's stupid.
AdoreMe.com is where I get
sharing the
He's over here like trying to take down notes. Who you buying stuff for, sir?
All right, so ladies in the chat, if y'all are on the fence about Adore Me, just let me say that
Fashion Nova is good too.
I've never been on there, but Adore Me, I get stuff, and it's like it's lace and cotton, and I put it on, and I'm just like, who is that? I see myself every day, but girl, she is fine.
That sounds good. I'll go check on there because Fenty is a disappointment. I hope you heard me, Rihanna. Because I'm disappointed in her. Because she knows, or at least I would think that she would care or know about the struggles that black women go through
about the
with our shapes. And her sizes are not very like mismatched for people who have different parts or whatever. They're more so like if you're plus size then we have this. If you're skinny then we have this.
It's like one size
that's not helpful.
And I must say, Adore Me is good with that because you can pick your cup size, you can pick your bottom size, and then it'll like if there's something whatever, like you can obviously there's the wish list, and then it'll let you like it'll give you suggestions, and it'll just be like, yeah, so this might fit you. You might like how this looks, and you probably like this. And I'm just like, I love all
like suggestions.
All right.
So you have the app.
So lingerie may probably not a gift. Okay. Sex toys. Would you let your man buy you a dildo?
So first off, no. No.
Gotta go with sass.
Because I don't feel like I know that averagely, like, that's something that you need to pick out for yourself on what it is that you want something to do. Or it's function
out of
to
here.
be. And it's so expensive to just waste money trying to figure out if you like this or not, and it doesn't work, and you just spent like $200 on this thing for no reason. Well, they exist.
You seen that that Dr. Manhattan?
Yeah. Hey, that Dr. Manhattan.
You just had to say something, didn't you? You just couldn't keep your mouth shut.
That's exactly what you get.
Faint.
I wish I could see
Swallow.
Just
I
terrible.
wish I could see Kurt in here about to choke.
I'm glad I got this wine.
Okay, so he couldn't just pop up with one. Could he take you to buy one?
Yes.
Like if y'all went to Spencer's
I'm
or
perfectly
like a
okay. No, Spencer's, no. You better not ever take me in Spencer's to go buy any of this.
At this point, I'm spending real money
I will
on my
fight
dildos.
you.
No Spencer's.
So like, what about the store? Like, there's a dildo shop on Market Street, like 2nd and Market.
Oh yeah, like places like that.
And Passional got a nice little sexporium.
Or the place
upstairs.
on South Street
Yep.
that's you were talking about that place. That place.
They got these like little remote control vibrators.
And they got a lot of stuff there. Like if I was
that
a dude,
to me, that would be a gift. Like the remote control vibrator. We out to dinner and you
go ahead. Yeah, you know what? Like there's so much stuff
she's like,
out there.
Would you like some water? And I go,
yes.
Right. I'm like, no water, just ice.
You said no water, just ice.
No water, ma'am, just ice.
anything else?
No.
Right.
Oh, stop it.
Sorry, can I get a gazpacho?
It's a little hot in here.
Right.
Flushed.
So Alexa, can your boyfriend take you, significant other?
So funny story.
Oh.
Alexa doesn't use sex toys.
Okay. You playing the hand game? Shorthand?
Why? You said
she's shorthand.
Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
She out here DJ diddles. She out here DJ diddles on the ones and twos.
You know, and it's a good.
Sometimes you gotta just diddle the skills.
Sometimes it's good to not do that because once you do it, you can't go back anymore. Like it's done. Like
that's not true. I like to switch it up. I like to switch it up
with your own hands.
Yes.
No.
So sometimes.
That don't work no more.
Sometimes I have my little battery operated boyfriend. Other times I want a little more personal touch.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's
okay.
I mean, it depends. It depends on the kind of dildo that you're using. The ones I use, not all fancy. It don't have the bells and whistles. It don't spin and turn and light up with the butt tickler.
I'd have messed around and played with this. Looked at it. Ooh, look at the pearls.
It's not a bobbit. Look at it. Like you talking about it like it's a bobbit. It got all these other extensions.
They do. They light up. One one section spins one way, the other section ribbed, and it spins the other way. It's got a clitoris little bunny thing on it. One have like an anal tickler. Girl, these things is like crazy.
And this is why Alexa does it, because those things sound scary.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't even get out of here. Stop.
I am vanilla as fuck, y'all. Like I just don't.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So like sometimes, and then also like I found that like Kurt. So like one time, like sometimes you get used to a certain sensation, so I wouldn't be able to enjoy it. Other sensations, so I found that like if I'm doing it one way for a while, I gotta switch it up to the other way. So if I've been with Bob for a while, I'll leave Bob in the drawer. Like, sorry, you on the bench tonight, shorty? And I'll get my DJ scratch on.
Look, the only way
right
I would go ahead and like do anything would be just switching my hands. You know, that's it. Like, okay, this is my dominant. I'm gonna give you a break. Let me go ahead and move it over to this side. Hey, newbie, how you doing? Let's get to know each other.
Dear Lord. No, so
all right, y'all tap in. All right, your turn.
Worst producer ever.
The worst producer ever.
Don would have just sat there and looked at us and shook his head for like 5 minutes, going like this with a straight face on.
No, I get what you're saying though, because like I'm right hand dominant, like with writing and typing, but I'm left hand dominant in pole. So like sometimes I will be like, hey, how you doing, newbie?
No, I'm done with you.
Bring it back one time.
Everybody clap your hands. Pat, 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 pat.
Kurt keep having these bathroom breaks for tea. Oh man, is Addison out there laughing at him, humoring his BS?
Alright, but Kurt just stormed out.
So
yeah, that just happened. I'm just done with you with this whole thing because like I noticed that it seemed like after like I started having that whole other sensation going on, and it's a lot stronger than anything, of course, your hand is gonna do.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying.
It's just like sucks now, and I'm like, what the?
But I mean, you just gotta
I'm
get
doomed
back.
when I go on trips.
You gotta get back into you, like seduce yourself a little bit, put some porn on.
Don't be afraid.
Right.
Yeah,
rub your thigh a little bit, pinch your nipples, like it's something.
I'm done with you. You said.
I'm just
I'm
saying.
done.
It helps.
I'm not gonna say that I would never use one though. I'm not gonna say I would never use.
You alright over there, shorty?
No, he's not good at all. He ain't good at all.
He wasn't ready for none of this.
Nobody was.
Don't die.
Come back now.
I bet you glad I got that tea.
Did you see what Felice said? Felice said, I thought the guys were bad.
We wear the belt tonight.
Steve Jordan told me some. Thank God I'm a classy man and I keep my inventory in my
said they need a guys' night.
Right?
You're right. Every night is guys' night. Shut up. No, anytime that Mark or Jason is here.
Anytime Jason is
anywhere near us.
The old episodes when they had powwows in here for like 45 minutes.
Slamming Jason out in the living room.
Right.
Yep.
Listen.
Guys' night.
So, can we go to the trailer? Can we go to the trailer?
It's trailer time. We went and Uncle Kurt. And Uncle Kurt need to catch his breath.
Right.
Grandpa Kurt wasn't ready for this.
He all
said,
hot.
y'all whippersnappers.
He all hot under
to a grandpa.
Listen, he all hot under the collar now.
Right.
Like,
I didn't
He hot and
that's what you get for saying I'm not funny, nigga.
Yeah, take that.
Steffi's hot and bothered.
All
He
sweat.
hot and bothered. Look at him. He all look.
He's twitching over there?
Exactly. Handshaking.
You feel
so
that
do
good?
we have the trailer queued up for listen.
Ooh, now you heard that, right?
We noticed.
We gonna call him
We
out on
noticed
air?
you, not Don.
Right. That is obvious.
Anyway, so we
Sit
have
there and smack your lips again.
right. So oh my
How many period
goodness.
poos are we up to? One?
Period poo.
Period poo.
Oh, good. My mom missed all the sex talk. Hi, Mom. So we're going to go to a trailer. This is called Spiral from the Book of Saw. It's like a Saw spinoff. Samuel L. Jackson and Chris Rock is in it. When I first heard about it, I thought it was going to be lame, but the trailer actually looks really, really great. So, can we?
What do you got there?
Oh, it's just my wife, Emma. This is my son, Charlie.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
While it lasts.
Nothing happier than the wife of a new detective.
Emma's cool, man. She's different. You don't know my wife.
You can give a woman 600 Tuesdays. It ain't worth 3 Saturday nights.
How much money you got? A lot. How many problems you got? A lot. How many people done doubted? A lot.
All available units, officer down.
Pray that you flop.
Detective Banks en route. Whoever did this has another motive. They're targeting cops.
This shit's gonna go sideways fast.
Someone's out there pulling all the strings.
You wanna play games, motherfucker?
You know what a harlequin is? A harlequin's role is to serve. It's nothing without a master. No one gives two shits who we are beyond that. The Joker and I broke up. I wanted a fresh start. But it turns out I wasn't the only dame in Gotham looking for emancipation.
Spectacular news! Miss Quinn, she belongs to me. Here's the deal, Quinn.
You need me.
He's after all of us now. None of us are walking out of here unless we work together.
You gotta be kidding me.
Isn't this fun? It's just like a sleepover. We should order pizza. Big Cosmos. Harley, focus. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, we're back?
We're back.
So, yes. So, I had to get all me... Like, I'll have one side of your manager, please. Because we got to see it for free at Movie Tavern. I had free passes, which I had to redeem to get my money back for the tickets I actually bought. So we got to see it for free. We got settled in nice and up front for the most part. Yeah. It was a bit of a nail box biter. Oh, yeah, so we're talking about... You guys can... Yeah, sorry. We are talking about our experience going to see Birds of Prey. We were dressed up as the Gang of Harley's cosplay with our little date night looks. So we went... I had free movie passes. I had to get all I'll see your manager to redeem them. Roxy was late and actually slid in right before the movie started.
I missed nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you missed like all but the end of the last preview.
I didn't care about the previews.
Previews are the best part.
They are, like but the movie was. It was more important.
We were there for the movie.
We were there for the movie.
And the nachos, because those nachos were good.
I had a burger, which was also good.
Yes.
Pretzel bites took forever to come out, but they were good eventually.
Yeah,
they did. That's the only thing I would say about them is that I don't like their service, for the most part, because if you don't order it like right then and there when it's before everything starts, and they're gonna have you sitting there for the rest of your life.
Edison Thompson, we smoked the mics with the last conversation.
I mean, he's not
wrong. Oh, God.
He's not wrong.
He's not.
No. Yeah, in case you guys were, I don't know if we said this, we saw Birds of Prey at the Movie Tavern.
Yeah.
We didn't mention that? All right, cool.
Yes. So we got in, and the movie started, and it was... For a movie that got such good reviews, I don't know why it's doing so poorly at the box office.
I think part of it is that everybody's just like, oh, it's Margot Robbie, Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad, and they already had like a bad taste in their mouth from that, which it wasn't that bad. Like, I enjoyed Suicide Squad.
I didn't. I thought I enjoyed Margot Robbie and Will Smith.
Okay.
I didn't enjoy Suicide Squad.
All right.
Actually, no. And Viola Davis, because Viola Davis is good in everything.
Yes. All right. Maybe that's part of what it is. But, everybody has a bad taste in their mouth from Suicide Squad. They're just like, I'll see it eventually, but I'm not going to pay to see it.
Yeah.
I mean, but, like, this was way better. Like, it even got better critics' reviews and everything than Suicide Squad.
Well, but you can't always trust the critics.
But I feel like it might have been a relatable thing too, to where if you feel like you could identify or relate with certain stuff that was going on, and it might have touched you in a different way, then it might have touched somebody who didn't go through those things at any point, because it was really like heavily female directed, in my opinion.
See, but that didn't hurt Captain Marvel, and I almost felt like I enjoyed Harley Quinn more than Captain Marvel.
Yeah, me too, because at least it was more going on. Like, I feel like it wasn't even that much. Like, they didn't even show too much of her powers or exhibit any of that. That's what I was saying about with Black Canary, because it was like you just saw just two times she used her powers.
Yeah.
She sung and broke a glass. And then you at the very end, and I was like, I would love to have seen more of that, or know more about her background story. Everybody had a background story in it, so which was interesting, because certain movies like that have like two main characters, and you might have the other supporting characters in there. You'll hear their background story just a little bit, but it's mostly pertaining to those two. Everybody had a story, but it was like Black Canary's story was told a little bit by Rosie Perez. And then she kind of said a little bit, but everybody else's was more detailed, though. I don't know if you guys noticed that. And I was just like, why did she have to kind of tell a little bit about hers, basically through a conversation through Rosie's character? But everybody else, you saw Huntress as a baby, and all this stuff happened, and it was like, but what about her?
I feel like also what happens is in that scene, Harley isn't telling her background story because Harley doesn't know her. You got to remember, Harley and Roman are actually at odds. So Roman Sionis, which is Ewan McGregor's character, he's the bad guy in this.
Black Mask.
Black Mask for you DC fans. So I wanted to break it down a little bit more and get into what the two things I actually didn't like about it. But Lex, you give your opinion.
Oh, well, I mean, back to, like, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think it was, so I had just seen a movie like a few hours before that kind of like did the same narrative type thing, where it's just like, I'm gonna break the fourth wall. I'm gonna like, oh, this is my story. This is like, you're probably wondering how I got here. Well, let's back up to like 4 days ago, like the whole Deadpool part.
See, but Deadpool even doing that is not. Deadpool didn't originate that.
Right, and I'm
it's
not
just
saying
something
he didn't.
he's
It's
famous
just,
for.
right,
But
exactly.
people were like, oh, Deadpool did that first.
No, and I mean,
Shut
I
up.
don't. And everybody is always comparing like Harley Quinn is the Deadpool of DC, which is I'm just like, all right, I can kind of see that. But there were some things where it's like, you didn't have to do that, or like that could have been like, she's not that stupid.
No, because she's actually a super highly intelligent character.
She's
got a
psychiatrist,
PhD,
exactly. Which is why I'm also just like, she wasn't like, she's crazy, but she didn't just meet and fall in love with him at first sight. Like, she had multiple sessions with the Joker before she was just like, but it makes sense.
Dude, the movie's an hour and a half.
No, I know. I'm just like, it was so like, but why?
But also it wasn't in that. I think what they assumed where you were gonna go into it was
like
more
knowing
knowledge,
all of this.
Right?
But, which is
why they
didn't
didn't
rehash
a lot of that stuff.
That is a little bit why I'm upset, like Roxy said, about how Black Canary doesn't get as much of a background as everybody else. Like, not even. Are we telling them about Cass?
Cassandra Cain?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into that.
Okay, so I hope you guys know who Cassandra Cain is. Otherwise, you're dead to me. Not really.
Sash doesn't know who Cassandra Cain is.
That hurts my soul, but I love Cass so much. Cass is one of my favorite DC characters ever.
How you gonna put me on the spot like that? You don't know what I know. But in my mind, I was thinking, I don't know.
Because you're admit that you're not really into comics like outside of the stuff we talk about. So that's why I was like,
you were absolutely right to.
But I was saying like, don't get hyped because Sass don't know.
That's right. So I'm also about to list like. All right, so quick tidbit: Cass Cain is the Black Bat. She's a member of the Bat family. She's the daughter of an assassin. She didn't talk for like most of her life until she met Batman. She's Batgirl. Like, I love Cassandra Cain so much.
Just steal my thunder.
I'm sorry.
No. Sharing it, because ladies, we share.
Yes.
It's fine. I'm sorry, but like the relationship that all 5-6 of the women built up together was great, like especially because it was spur of the moment. It's just like women can come together and get shit done faster than a man ever could.
Right. Yeah. So and also
faster than a man ever could. Clutch your pearls, Kurt.
Exactly. What I liked about it, Harley was like, listen, bitch. We either going out together or we dying together. So
like, I'm not trying to die.
What you finna do?
She said, guess who not dying today?
Right. She's like, I ain't had no plans. Right. So she was like, so what's really good?
Yeah.
So that I will agree and I like. So I enjoyed it. I was like, I would actually watch that again. It was definitely like more lighthearted fare.
Yeah.
I felt like the movie didn't take itself like too seriously, like in any way, unlike Captain Marvel, where I felt like Captain Marvel with the whole girl power like overtones, I felt like it tried too hard.
Okay.
Which is what alienated a lot of male viewers, and I feel like because of that, men weren't like jumping to see this because they were like, "Oh, not another girl movie."
This one is so happy you said that because he kept saying that yesterday after we saw it. Because first he said it sucked, and that was when he looked at me and said in the theater, and I was about to haul off and fight him in that theater.
Chad, that was like, that movie was terrible.
I did talk about the Chad.
The goddamn Chad in the movie theater who stood up with his girlfriend was like, this is terrible.
Like, if it was so terrible to go ask for your money back, sir, you sat through it.
First of all, Chad, I was like, first of all, Tanner, sit down somewhere. Ain't nobody asked you for your nut ass opinion. Anyway, so the only two like big complaints I actually had with the movie, one was Cassandra Cain, because she's actually a good guy character.
Well, I mean, again, she is the daughter of an assassin, so she was raised like
so
kind of like
she's
Damien.
So she's like she's a chaotic neutral at best.
Yes.
So, but she does become Batgirl in the Black Bat. She does err on the side of good with Batman, and I felt like it was unnecessary to have her there.
Yes, because they could have had anybody else.
Yes, so that was kind of part of the reason why I had us do like a Gang of Harleys cosplay, because I felt like that would have been the best way to bring in the Gang of Harleys, and like they only have like a handful of issues with her, so like they were relative unknowns, and they could have like, which meant that they had unlimited potential like going forward. Like Harley and Cassandra kind of go their own way at the end of the movie, and then Montoya, Black Canary, and Huntress form the Birds of Prey, and I actually thought that would have been a really unique moment to have them both go off, start their little respective gangs. Birds of Prey good, Harley and the Gang of Harleys like kind of like taking over and becoming like their own empire. So I felt like that was a real missed opportunity because they were so hell-bent on having like a well-known DC character that they completely missed what would have been a much better run.
I will also say though, especially because Montoya was on the Gotham Police Force, that was almost a perfect opportunity to bring in Gordon and Barbara. Right. So like Barbara's one of the founding members of the Birds of Prey. Like how do you do this? How do you throw in Cass Kane, which like she was not.
Exactly.
Like she had nothing to do with the birds.
Right. So and that's what I'm saying. Like they missed what would have been a much better narrative. Like especially if they were thinking sequel.
Yes.
It would have been much better in that way.
Like this doesn't necessarily scream there's gonna be a second one.
No. Which was fine.
Right. Like I'm fine with that, but because I know how DC works, they're gonna try and build off of whatever they can.
But I just felt like it would have been it would have been much more satisfying with the potential
definitely 100%.
to go in that way.
Yeah, I was just thinking like what it probably would have been a perfect ending was that scene at the restaurant.
Because
when they got up and left,
and Cass called Harley for the diamond, and they were just like, "All right, that."
And what did he say? Somebody might be after them later, or whatever it was, and then the Joker could come make this appearance, and like that would have opened the door to a part 2.
No, I didn't know.
I mean, it could have.
I mean, it could have, but it didn't necessarily have to.
But that'd have been like.
So I don't want to see Jared Leto's Joker again. Like I liked his Joker. I didn't think it was terrible. I think he like tried to embody as many like iconic Joker representations as he could, but he didn't get enough screen time for it to really shine.
So there's that. I thought he was gonna show up during the last battle in the funhouse, and she was gonna like hit him in the face with her mallet and then like keep it moving. Like I thought that would have been cool, but
like even if it was just like a picture of his face.
But I thought it would have. But I thought it was much better that he wasn't there because like that's the whole point of the movie is her standing on her own and leaving him behind. That to me was like much better in that way. The only other real gripe I had with the movie was that the bad guy character, and this is so funny because this happens to female characters all the time, he was like 2-dimensional. He was like 2-dimensional and flat. He was just some spoiled rich boy who was like, I want it, I own it, and give me my stuff.
This is my stuff. Give me my stuff.
This is something that happens. Like it was almost like this.
Because they had me rolling the whole song while
Stats was sitting there like, this is me. Yo, Angelo's making like big comments, and I'm trying to read them as we're talking, and I'm just like,
no, he was like, no one saw my comment. Rest in peace.
Know,
like, sorry, sir, we're
it's a really deep discussion.
Yes, but I mean, so no, I thought he was like his character was like weak and like only like.
And that's
2-dimensional,
because I love Ewan McGregor. Like he's my soulmate.
But I felt like it was a low key commentary on how bad he treated the females around him, and like a commentary on how writers and directors treat women in general, like especially in film. So I actually thought it was like I would be like, wow, he is so flat, and then it would just make me laugh because he was so like over the top about his weak sauce. Like, sir, you got no sauce. Sit down.
But no, my had one complaint about it. My one complaint is that I didn't like that whole thing with the restaurant. It was so cringy, and I was just like, "Oh my god, can this stop?" It needed a trigger warning. The table thing.
Oh, with the woman.
Yeah, they needed to have like a trigger warning or something about that because I was awkward as hell. To sit there and just be like, and the awkwardness. It felt like I was there. That's how awkward.
I know.
That's what I thought. I feel like that would have been better.
All right. Yeah. So real quick, I'm just gonna read
one of Angel's comments.
I'm just gonna just straight kind of go through it. He's basically comparing, telling why the difference between Harley Quinn and Captain Marvel. Mm-hmm. He was saying that people started to lose faith in DC, which is true because we were talking about this. Like DC's live action movies have gone, they're trash. I'm sorry,
but their individual films have been really great.
They've been getting better. Yeah. But he's saying here's the difference between Harley Quinn's group and Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was brought up to be this godly figure, like she was the chosen one. She was the one that would kill Thanos. She was Obi-Wan. She was their last hope, basically. Yeah. And he was saying that DC has busted so many people's thoughts on them. Like, everybody looked at it and said, this is a movie we can pass on and not watch. Like, they don't, again, like I was saying, I'll see it, but I'm not going to pay to see it. Mm-hmm. Right. Like, with everything going on in the character basis of Justice League, they're losing hope. Which is true, because that's what we were talking about. We were just like, BVS was trash. Justice League was trash. Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Shazam, fucking even this was amazing.
Yeah. In comparison to those, yeah. So, I so I feel like the difference for me between Captain Marvel and Harley Quinn is that Captain Marvel was like your mom or like your churchy grandmom, like telling you to be strong and make sure you wear a slip and stockings at all times so that nobody can see your panty lines and walk the straight line.
Well, see, I see where you're going, but I was just like, I like Captain Marvel because it was also like, I don't need a man's approval.
Yes. So no. That's what I'm getting to. Yeah. Like, the overall messages were the same, but the approach was different. Yeah. Like, they kind of put Captain Marvel up on this pedestal, and she's the straight and narrow, she's got all her her T's crossed and her I's dotted.
Well, and she was a military woman.
I mean, and that was fine. I felt that was fine, and I felt like Harley Quinn was your one messy friend that you got to catch up. Aunt. Yes, she's your drunk aunt, or that one messy friend where you be like, "Damn girl, where you been?" And she'd be like, "Child, how much time you got?" And you'd be like, "I got all the time. Give me all the tea." Literally. So it was literally like that, and I felt like they were both necessary in that way, because it was yes, you can be this polished, put together, and you can tell niggas I don't need your approval, but you can also be messy and cry and throw open clubs and still get your shit together in the end and be a strong, great woman. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yes, damn, I see you.
You see how he rushing us, but he the one going half an hour overtime.
And we be up here.
What you think?
It's 11 o'clock.
It's 11 o'clock. Oh, guys, we're gonna end soon. We promise.
It's typical. You know what?
So, like I said, I felt like both narratives, even though Captain Marvel was heavy-handed and Harley Quinn may have been maybe too understated. By the way, the soundtrack is a fucking bop.
Soundtrack.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god.
So the soundtrack.
Oh lord.
We was in the car it's an all girl parties and the boys can't come. Hey. I was like, who needs all these? I was like, who needs a why when you have all these X's?
I was feeling that.
We was in there listen. I was facing the Furious behind the wheel afterwards.
She really was, and I was terrified the whole time.
Why that finger?
Always terrified.
Anyway,
I'm not giving y'all the finger. That was for Kurt.
Right.
Of course.
That's fair. All right.
But yeah, so
finishing the remnants of your wines.
Yeah. So out of 10, Sasco.
7.
Okay. Alexa?
6.5.
Okay. Rocks?
I'm at a 7.
And I would say Yeah, I would say like probably about a 7. Like it's got good watchability. If I saw it, if it was on, I would definitely.
If it was on, I'd watch it.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's also definitely something that I have to be in the mood for.
Right.
And again, I had just seen a movie like a few hours before, and I was still riding off of that high. I was like, yeah.
I felt like that kind of like colored your experience a little bit. So like Alexa went to go see an early viewing of Sonic.
I saw Sonic. Oh my god.
Yeah. So what we're gonna
see Sonic tomorrow. Please take me with you.
Yeah. So that was our by the way, hashtag spoiler alert.
But the movie's been out for a week, so you had time. You should have saw it already. What you doing?
Yesterday was
you should have seen it. I'm
Tuesdays.
disappointed in you, man babies.
Right?
So
man babies.
Yeah.
So
those are the only people who didn't see it, man babies.
Man babies.
Yeah.
All you goddamn Tanner and Chads and Brennans and Brodies and Cadens.
Aren't you?
I think that's a yes.
Yeah,
yes.
He's salty.
All right, so where can they follow you guys on social media? Because we're going to post our Birds of Prey pictures on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Yes.
Who's going first? I guess that's going to be me since I started talking.
Yeah.
So you can find me on my cosplay page on Facebook, Cosplay with Oni Sassy. I was about to mess up my own name. And on Instagram at Oni_Sassy.
So it is only underscore.
Yeah,
Sassy.
I looked back at it after I said that, and I was like, I don't know, but yeah, there is an underscore in there because you weren't really finding me that easily when I didn't put it in there. So yeah, I put it back.
Yeah.
And
you can find me on Instagram at Luna1026__. You gotta have the 2 underscores because some random little kids took my name, and I'm gonna fight a kid.
Don't worry, we gonna find out where they.
And you can also find me at J1Con.
Yay!
All right, so for weeks I've been giving you the wrong location you could find me, so my bad.
Yeah, heifer.
I was looking forward to it. So on Facebook, you can find me at Foxy Roxy Cosplay, and it's gonna have that @ in front of it, so at Foxy Roxy 38. And you can also find me on Instagram as Roxanne Whitney 24. And I'll be the one with the Dora Milaje cosplay going on. So, yes.
Is it Whitney with an
Whitney.
All right, heifer.
WHIT as in Tom. Anyway, I'm about to start calling Tough Dorothy because you over here with these with the Dorothy comments calling people heifers.
And speaking of this heifer, so you guys can follow me on Facebook is Teffy Wonder the Mocha Mermaid, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Teffy Wonder. No underscores, no numbers, just me, because I'm unique. So we also have some events coming up at the end of this month. We're going to be at Amalgam Comics with Concrete Comics. It's their 1-year anniversary, right, Kurt? So we're going to be there. I think we're going to stream live, take pictures, kiss babies.
Kiss babies?
Kiss babies.
Yes.
Yeah, kiss babies. Do I have to?
I'd like to kiss babies.
Babies might
we're
have
just
the
hosting.
And we're
coronavirus.
hosting. Yeah, right?
Why
Babies
are you
probably
like
have
babies have the coronavirus?
I high-five the baby.
Wait, did you just say you pop-topping the baby?
I would high-five the baby.
Oh, Jesus, that sounds dangerous.
I'm just putting my mask back up.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Listen, I surely was. That's why I asked. I was like, wait, what happened? I saw her doing this. I was like, wait, are we popping the cat?
No, I was
what
like,
is that? No.
Well, it's about to be past my bedtime.
Oh my God. Anyway, and then after the very first weekend in April, we're gonna be at Greater Philadelphia Comic Con. We're gonna be there all weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So come out. Shake hands.
What you can also see at Greater Philly Comic Con is a dope ass gaming setup by J1Con. So like, come play some games with me.
Wow, bitch, your boss not here.
Yeah, I'm done with you. You want to talk about
I need people to entertain me.
I know that sound all kinds. You gotta do your work.
Play games with me.
Because we sharing you with with Jason, so we got a contract.
Like to play them games.
Yeah, we got you on Wednesdays.
I mean, no, that's fine.
Oh, she meant video games, y'all.
But she did the do free advertisements since she here on Wednesdays because we still in his employee.
All right. And I think we're also going to be at HBCUCon, which is the same weekend as GPCC, April 4th. So you can come, you can catch us there, catch us at GPCC. If you are not subscribed to our Patreon, we have one slot left for our first 10 patrons who get the free prize. We're at 9. We only have one more slot left, but don't let that discourage you. We have so much more content that we're going to be putting up on the Patreon. Nah, I don't care if you 11.
But like, if you want that free gift, hurry it up, my dude.
All right, so get on there, sign up for our Patreon. Like I said, if you wanted to see our Birds of Play cosplay from going to see Harley Quinn, I posted that last weekend, like after we did it. We have a photo shoot that we did last December. Those photos are coming, like, starting, I think this coming Monday. I'm starting to put those up. So we have lots of great content coming to our Patreon. I'm going to drop the link into the chat. We also have t-shirts. If you were here at the beginning of the show and you heard all the dinosaur noise and you're wondering, like, damn, like, y'all need to get into a new place, let me tell you how you can do that. Signing up for our Patreon and buying our t-shirts at GJApparelStore.com. I just dropped that link in the chat. That link takes you directly to our t-shirt. We have the shirt, a hoodie, and a hat. If you want to help us go bigger and better, you want to see us, tired of people being like, why don't you come to this con in this place? Because we're poor. This whole operation is self-funded. If you want to help us grow so that we can go be in your town and go do these things and see us do more live shows, like the live show we may be putting on at BlurredCon, because we're definitely going there this year. Fingers crossed. Tell your friends about us. Like, share, subscribe. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Spotify, iHeartRadio. Anywhere where you see Head Nerds in Charge, that is most definitely us. Tell cons about us. Cons like Awesome Con, which I'd like to go to. BlurredCon, if you, like I said, we want to do a live show there. We want to bring Head Nerds in Charge to BlurredCon. Yo, at them on Instagram. Tell them about us. Yes. You want us to go to your little con, like Colossal Con?
You want us to kiss your babies?
Right. Tell your friends about us. At them in their comments. Slide into their DMs. Be like, have you heard about Head Nerds in Charge? Because you most definitely should. Like, we are totally here.
She is not doing no long walks.
Thank you. Curtis in the chat trying to pimp you out. I don't know. Curtis, not through Kensington. No.
She ain't gonna make it that far anyway.
I'm gonna need you to chill.
It ain't no long walk.
I'm up here giving this in passing speech,
telling
people to follow.
Doing more than he does.
Tell us
and
about
he
it.
over here talking about you doing long
Talking about
walks.
some tough single ready to make. Yo, stop trying to pimp my girl out.
Bye. Just because you did that, thank you to our Patreons. Good night.
Bye. Good night.
Damn nerd.
See you next.
Okay, bye.